I was working in the lab late one night when my eyes beheld a big blue bag, and I opened up the bag and wanted to find. You got your voice thing. Open the bag. What's in the bag? What's in the bag?
Hello.
Turn off your sound. Hello, boys. Hello.
Whoopsie.
Hello, everyone. So there. Oh, you got your lovely hair now.
I do.
And his lovely Halloween
My
sweater.
Oh, wrong way.
Wrong way. I woke up like this.
I did.
I woke up like this.
Boy, this is a big bag.
It is a big bag. So this is what we're going to show you a little later on. Something. This is from the what did. This is what that's all. That's what did Gooddog buy this week. So we'll show you that in a minute. And I'm already sweating like crazy. Yeah. Too sweaty. Our office is extremely hot.
Yeah, I'm taking this sweater
So he's
off.
taking that sweater off. Can I please get out of Tigger first? I have to get out of Tigger.
Go.
I'm sorry, Lynn Mass, patio furniture. None of them are showing up today. We're just, it's too hot in here.
Hi, kids. How are you? So who do we have?
Yeah,
we
say
have
say hello.
Diana, Joe, Rhoda, you're new. Richie. Hey, Sherry, how are you? Heather,
I'm
Anne Legault,
Oh, there we go.
Diane Weir, Kraft, Kevin, Joel, Rags, Joyce, Mandy. Oh, my brother Dax. Hey, Dax, how are you? Lisa, Sandy, Greg, Men, Marianne. Oh, geez, I'm running out of stuff to look at. I'm confused. I'm too warm. I'm too warm.
Oh, just keep going.
All right. Well, we do have an interesting show for you tonight. I spent most of my afternoon pulling stuff from our profit piles to decorate our set. So we have a lot of blow molds, a lot of pumpkins, a cute little ceramic light up ghost, the crypt keeper, a creepy clown.
What?
What? Huh? What do you mean, Heather? Oh, there. I'm going to go take my clothes off.
Go take your clothes off. There. This is much better, I think. For me, at least. And I can mesmerize Barky. No, I don't need Barky on. Oh, there goes Barky. Oh, off you go, Barky. Oh.
That is one warm sweater.
It is a warm sweater. Rick made me buy this and try this on while we were thrifting and wear this around the thrift store.
He was being followed by this lovely lady who probably wanted to buy it.
I've never really, and this is what he liked the best about it. This is actually posable. So you can you can have an erect snake, but that doesn't look like much when it's like that. So, but yeah, I can keep this on for just a little while. I can think about.
Picture him in a bikini running on the beach.
And just so you know, we still have the tag on it. He made me buy this for $3.99.
I did.
And I guess, yes, Holly, it could be a little naughty, depending on.
Everyone's a little bit naughty, according to Matilda.
Are they? Anyway, hello, folks. Welcome to our Halloween hints show. I don't know what else we might try on today, but we might try some things on. We got a fun show for you. We're going to talk a little bit, especially right now, about what you can. It depends on the latte. That's true. It was less than a latte, so I guess it had to be bought. A. Oh, good, you got that.
Hey,
you're with it this time.
I listened to you for a second.
Just for that 1 second, you listened to me. So we got a fun show. We're going to talk about some of the things we want you to start. Leave my hair alone. Leave my hair alone. I can have bangs. That doesn't work really well.
No.
Especially when I'm trying to see.
It's like a beaded shower curtain.
No, it just doesn't. It's not. Nothing's working today. So I can. So we're going to talk a little bit about. This doesn't really fit well in with the first thing we're going to talk about, which is that we had our story published about us being eBay mini stories as one of 25 sellers selected. And if Griff is on board here or Robert is, they'll take us off that really soon. So we're going to talk just a little bit about that. We're also going to talk a little bit about this week and what's happening because eBay's Toronto Upfront is happening for those of us who are in the Toronto area.
When is that? Thursday night.
Thursday night, yeah. And then we're going to go through the Halloween hints, some of the things that we've been looking out for and just literally have picked up in the past week and a half or so for us to list and why we're listing them for Halloween. And then we have Jason C. Smith from Jason Thrifts and the Thrifting Board and Thrifty Over 50, who I'm going to flop him in here when he wasn't expecting it. There he is.
Hi.
I did it too fast. He wasn't expecting it. So,
yeah, I wasn't ready.
No, I wasn't expecting you to be ready, but I didn't expect. And now I can get rid of you. Jason will be back a little later on. Oh, geez. No, okay. You're goodbye. Goodbye. No, I'm not. I can't look at that clown. Just because he knows how much I hate clowns. You all know how much I hate clowns. But then we're going to talk about records because he's got a free webinar coming up. Oh no, this is the possessed clown. Here's our possessed clown. There does that thing. No, get away. Get away. I'm going to bust that sometime. Jenny mailed a Christmas mug today. The one that she... To Moose Jaw. Yay. Hey, Tamara. Go get your groceries. That's more important. And yes, the clown scares me too. The shortest guest ever. Yep, and that was Jason. Thanks everyone for having Jason on board.
Indeed.
But first again, so we wanted to...
Which clown, Becky? Becky says she has to have the clown.
Probably that clown. Well, actually, I guess she could have either clown, couldn't she? It could be one of those things where she could have either clown.
One?
You're breaking everything now. See how well we're set up here. So just wanted to chat with you a little bit first. Last Saturday, we were lucky enough to be chosen as one of 25 mini stories featured for eBay for their 25th anniversary year celebration. We were really thrilled about being chosen because there are only 25 and there are a couple of thousand entries in. So you had to enter to say we'd like to be featured as a story. This is our story that we actually got featured on. I'll tell you one thing. It's our own little pet peeve, little tiny pet peeve is we got. You can go over here. You can lean this way. We got shortchanged just a tiny bit because eBay 25th celebration was on Friday, so we were supposed to get a preview thing on eBay for Business on Wednesday and supposed to get launched on Friday. And instead of that, they ended up doing their celebration and should have moved us a whole week, but they didn't. So they just popped us into Saturday when we weren't expecting it. No, of course not. They don't tell you anything when they do something like that. But we are featured in that. So if you want to go on to, you actually have to go to ebayinc.com. And that's where you'll actually see the story on ebayinc.com. And also, if you want to have a little bit of fun today, I don't know if any of you listen to the eBay for Business podcast. It's actually a really good podcast that is done by Jim Griffith, who's known as Griff in the eBay community. He's actually been at eBay now for, I'm going to do this again. He's been at eBay for 25 years. And he hosts the podcast. So once a week, drops every Tuesday. It's questions that eBay takes care of. It talks about things that they're updating. And then they usually have interviews with some people. And right now, every week, they're doing an interview with the seller who was featured in the mini story. So this week, Rick and I did a Zoom call with Griff about 2 weeks ago.
Yep.
and we are actually this week's guests on that. If you go on eBay, you can go to the eBay for Business podcast. You can search that in Facebook. And that's the nice thing, though, is like you get to hear Griff all the time now if you listen to the podcast. It's also a great place if you have any questions as well. Especially because it is a really good resource with stuff. And if you have questions, it's the one thing that they always ask about is there's a link on there that you can actually go into where you can actually do questions to them, and you can either email them in, or if you want to, you can phone in and leave a question. So and they'll try and answer it for you. And they don't shy away from answering the questions that are a little bit on the more challenging side.
They're pretty good at figuring out.
They're really good, and they're usually really good at figuring out the answers to things that you may not know the answer to. So on top of both of those two things, this Thursday is what was going to be a live up front. Oh my God, we have 62 people watching. We've never had 62 people watching.
I know.
Never had 62 people watching.
I know.
Why? Now I feel like we need to do something.
They're expecting Lynn.
I don't think Lynn is around, actually. I'm not sure where Lynn is.
She's in a box somewhere.
In a coffin.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, now see, we lost one. 61. That's all because it is it's a great resource. So take a look at that. Take a listen to us, and you can hear us. Flat Angie has joined us. Yay! And you'll hear more of our story live, I guess, is what we're doing. Thank you to everybody.
Tim Hortons coffee, Heather.
Oh, is that what it is?
Ginny.
I thought you were thanking the people for joining us.
Mm-mm.
No?
No, sorry. Ginny's asking what I've been drinking. Coffee, unless they spiked it.
Oh, Elizabeth, first time on live. It probably looks like it's ours, too. Because it's just how it sort of goes. Oh, my goodness, Jackie Daytona joined us. And now Sherry's watching on 2TV. Yeah, and you really don't need my face on that big of a TV. But thank you. Oh, there you go. Thank you, Jackie Daytona, for joining us. And actually, Jackie, I have a question that I actually found today, something that you told us to look out for, and it is, and I wanted your opinion on it, and it's not with me here. It is a Seen It game. It's the Harry Potter complete series Seen It game. And I think you told everybody that if you're watching out for board games, watch out for the Harry Potter Seen It complete game. So you have to, it's not any not any Seen It game. There's like a whole bunch of different Seen It games that are out there. But if you go to the ones that I think you told us that we should be looking for, see, some of these are like not very much, but you told us, if I'm wrong, I could be wrong. It's the complete cinematic journey. No. And of course, do not restart now, you snooze. It is. I did pick the right one. Yay! Well, here's the question. I looked at it, and all the parts were there, except the board game was torn in half. So they had it marked at $5.99, but all the other parts in there. And I said, the board game's torn in half. And they said, okay, how about $3? But I haven't seen anybody selling the pieces for the Seen It game. So I think it was a pretty good investment because I think we could sell the dice and things like that because those things are probably lost. But that's the right game. We did buy the right game. It's the complete cinematic journey. Yes, that's the one you want to watch.
I'm sure there's a spell you could use to
reattach
the board.
There's
game
20
pieces.
Different Harry Potter Seen It things out there, though. That's just it. So you want to make sure that when you're buying the Harry Potter Seen It, you buy the complete cinematic journey. And this is what the complete cinematic journey looks like. That's what you got to see. This up top. That complete cinematic journey. But thanks, Michael. That was something from your board game show that I think you did with Jason on his Thursday night show on the thrifting board, Thrifty Business, that we actually learned from because we saw all those Harry Potters all on their own. And he said, yay, we could sell the pieces.
There you go. Reparo.
Reparo. No, I don't. Actually, that's a really good thing. I should have tried to do that. But what we want to talk to you about now is getting into if I can find the right frame, getting into what Halloween looks like for today. And that's what you're probably walking into in a lot of your thrift stores, is you're seeing a lot of stuff that's out from Halloween. Now, a few people have said that they're not sure whether or not this would be a good thing to like for Halloween. Is it worth even thinking about Halloween stuff? And the thing we're under this is our take on it. You don't have to agree. This is just the take that we're taking on it. We believe that because of the pandemic being shut down, it's going to be even a more different Halloween for people. And because of that, there's going to be a lot of people trying to figure out how to make Halloween in their own homes. So you can imagine the kind of stuff we have here. Like if you had kids and stuff like that, and you might redo your whole garage as a little haunted house. Mm-hmm. You might even do something for your kids to do kind of like an Easter hunt, trick-or-treating wise, around your house. Things like that. So decorations are still probably going to be something really big. And even for outside decorations, we think those are going to be like doing really well, because people are going to be like, I can't do anything. Let me just stuff my kids in the car and drive around and go, oh, look, there's a ghost. Oh, look, anything like that.
There's one house in our neighborhood that completely covers the front of their house and their front yard with Halloween.
Yeah, and they've been featured on like the news a couple of times in the year. So we're looking at maybe doing a little bit more with ours right now. We aren't? We actually, I thought we were.
Well, we have
a bunch of so this is some of the stuff that we've actually got. Now, Rick actually just found this blow mold right here, this white skull blow mold at a Value Village a week and a half ago for $12.99. We
less
have
20% off.
Less 20% off. We have you didn't bring that. We have some other big pumpkin blow molds that I thought you were gonna set up here, but kind of like the one that's up in the corner, but even bigger than that.
Oh, I forgot the vulture thingy.
And the vulture, the gargoyle. We have a gargoyle, and the gargoyle we bought for $12, and it's selling for $150. Now we could ship it if we learn from Peg on how to ship on Nifty After Thrifty, but Nifty After Thrifty, being thrifty after 50, and how nifty
Sunday afternoons. Jason is
how nifty Reagan is. Hi, welcome to our first show. I'm Gooddog. No, I'm not.
Now the interesting thing about this one.
Okay, he's moving stuff.
Yeah, it actually has.
Oh, it's double lights.
2 light sockets in it. So the entire thing lights up.
And again, something like that, we're probably gonna. We'll put in our enclosed porch. We've actually got the gargoyle up there right now in our enclosed porch, so we light them up. Oh, we have the alien up there too. Oh, there's the gargoyles at the back, right? We have the alien. So we've actually bought them, and we're doing our own decoration for them. But other stuff you see here, it's like Tales from the Crypt, hugely popular, and that's popular year round. This was a little ceramic blow molds or ceramic Christmas tree that people might be used to seeing. This is a ceramic ghost. So this is one of those homemade ghosts. And there's not a lot of lights on this guy, but it is
That's
like
his base. It's a little tree stump.
And so this is actually going to be going on eBay this week coming up. Some of the stuff that we've got, it has to still get onto eBay because we've literally just found some of this stuff. This was something we actually also just recently found last week. So, and this is not Halloween specifically. This is actually a Canadian vodka brand called ET51. And it's a real Canadian vodka brand. But we thought $3.99, because it was a skull-based decanter, it would be something that could be really interesting for people to actually who want to have something as a home display. We need to do a little bit of a cleanup on it. So we think that Halloween is going to be pretty good this year. Jason says he needs that bottle sold. Now we'll go and buy some more. If we only drank vodka, we'd do what Jason does, which is buy the alcohol, drink the alcohol, and sell the bottles.
Yeah, that could work. We don't need to drink.
No, we don't need to drink. Look at us now. Can you imagine us if we were drinking? They would just, oh, geez, no. That would not be pretty. Well, we're not pretty right now, but we feel pretty. Oh, so pretty. No. We feel pretty and witty and
gay.
Yeah, yes. Well, that's any time of the day. We actually have some LED lights that we have that I bought last year. I bought some orange ones to go in the porch, and orange and purple. Yeah. So maybe I can get him, maybe because you people have said we have to, I'll try and make sure that we get that done in the next week or so. Or not. Okay. Look at him. He's just in that place. So, okay. So this is what we wanted to chat with you. So we're like, we wanted to go through some of the stuff that we've just found recently over the past week. So one of the things that I think I'll start this off, because this is really would be the best place to possibly start something off. This is actually, let's see if I can find this here. This is going to be our, what did Gooddog buy? What did Gooddog buy for Halloween? Halloween, what did Gooddog buy? I didn't finish in time.
No, you didn't.
So you saw that you saw that gigantic big blue thing. So last week we went to go pick up boxes, and when we went to pick up boxes, we went by a place that's about an hour away from Toronto. If anybody's in the Toronto area, you may know what it is, and it's a place called Wastewise. It is actually in the city of Georgetown. And it is a recycling depot. It's a recycling depot. It's a registered charity that has basically lets people donate whatever they want to donate, all sorts of stuff. And you can shop at it. They have every kind of thing underneath it. You can donate pretty well anything under the sun. And we actually are going to be doing our own Thrift with Us video from that. We walked in the door. Hey, Peggy. We walked in the door, and the very first thing that I saw was Rick holding that blue bag. And I was like, I do not know what the heck is going on here. You saw the size of that blue bag. I wish I had a picture of what the bag in our back of our car, because I did have at one point, but somehow I got rid of that picture somehow. I don't know how I got rid of that picture. Yeah. But this is what Rick ended up buying. Does anybody want to take a guess what was in that giant blue bag that Rick ended up buying?
The one that I was sitting.
The one that he was sitting in at the beginning. The one that he sort of like, what's in the bag? What's in the bag? It was $15.
Yep.
It was $15.
I ran it out to the car after paying for it.
He did run it out to the car after paying for it.
It was so big it blocked the rear window.
I couldn't see out the back of the truck because it was sitting on top of all of our boxes. But anyone want to take a guess at what it is that was in that giant blue bag? I don't see any guesses. Well, how are you going to give a hint? Well, that's not really a hint. That's like, what kind? How are you going to? How is that going to be a hint? What are you going to do? Just like, what are you going to do? Like, it's a hint. This is the hint. No, it's not Jimmy Hoffa. That's the hint. That's a pretty exclusive hint. Like that, pretty well. It wasn't Jimmy Hoffa, but look what we managed to do. It was Mr. Rick. Yep. Okay, I don't need to see your butt. I have a true cow, a new cow, a moo cow, and Caroline. You're supposed to say it loud. That is what he picked up. If you can, now the thing is, 99% of you would say, including his brother who's on here, he would never put this on. I told him that if he's buying this, he had to wear it. So he put it on for you.
I did.
Just for you. It is not Mr. Hanky. It is actually, there's a button on it. It is by a professional costume company. And it was, I guess, the mascot for the, here it comes. This is how big this is gigantic. Like this is what he bought. See? This is the mascot for the Acton Winter Carnival. I don't know what kind of mascot that is, but there's actually brochure that comes with it because it's a company in BC that actually makes professional mascot costumes. So I had him buy it just for this.
Oh,
he had to pay it.
I sprayed it before I put it on.
He sprayed it everywhere. And I think I'll hold that up just to have another look at it a little later on. Okay. It's well, you know what it is? I guess it's kind of an ook pick.
Ook pick?
Yeah, kind of.
What is Acton known for? The Acton ook pick?
I don't know what Acton is. So I don't know if the Acton is
Mandy says ook pick.
I know, she said it twice though. So it doesn't count when you say it twice.
What is an ook pick?
You know what an ook pick is?
No, I
don't you? You really don't know what an ook pick is?
I do not.
We've sold ook picks.
Oh, careful! You're gonna. No! You don't want to do that. Stop sharing.
I know. I'm trying to figure it out over here. Where is it?
You gonna close the window again?
Huh?
Oh, it is an ook pick.
I guess it is an ook pick. That
an Inuit owl.
It is. It's totally an ook pick. Yep, that is what it is.
Hide house.
So yeah, it is worth the drive to Acton. That's true for those of us who know the Toronto area. It was $15. And I think it is probably going to be going up locally on the Facebook Marketplace for probably I don't know. I don't think we could get more than 100 for it. I don't want to try and get more than 100 for it. I just want to get some more pictures of him in it. I don't need to have something that big in there.
Andy's sending you pictures.
No. Lisa sent me a picture saying she collects ook picks, Lisa Boland. I don't think you want this sent to Winnipeg, though. If you really want it sent to Winnipeg, we can figure out, or we can figure out if free shipping Tuesday.
Hey, it's
next
light.
Tuesday.
It's light.
It's light. It's just no. That's only. I don't know if it'll go that big. Anyway, and that's just it as well. Are you a plushie or a furry? And that's just another reminder for those of you who are in Canada. Next Tuesday is the start of Canada Post's free shipping Tuesdays within Canada. One package per person shipping within Canada for free for the whole month of October on Tuesdays. So we will actually do a video on that tomorrow so everybody knows how to do it, how to sign up for it. And no, she doesn't want it. Oh, well, okay. You sure Doug wouldn't want to wear it?
It's less than 5 kilograms.
It's probably less than 5 kilograms.
It's made of styrofoam or foam and really light fur.
So some of the other stuff we want you to start looking out for. This is the kind of stuff that you should be thinking about when you go out there. When we were out in Acton, there is one other thing. If you see an
ook pick mascot costume, pick it up.
Yeah, if you see something like that, pick it up.
I can't be the only one.
One of the things that we saw, and this place happened to have Halloween stuff at the front. They had costumes for kids, and they were $2 a piece for costumes for kids. And this is one of the things we want you to look at in the thrift stores right now. Go to their costume sections for 2 reasons. One, you could find really good costumes in that section, costumes and or masks. And we're talking about a few of those things as well. But you can also, depending upon where you go, a lot of the places put their, try to create an area for costumes based on their vintage stuff. So you can find, and we have found in the past, some amazing vintage clothing that's just mixed in with those costumes. Sometimes it's vintage, they might just want to show a whole bunch of stuff that's disco night. And so they'll put disco clothing from the 70s and 80s, polyester stuff that's in amazing shape that's been donated. They'll put it aside for the year until it's Halloween time. And you can find some stuff, and there is good money in flipping, obviously, the vintage clothing side of things, but there also can be some good money in flipping costumes too. Hopefully that ook pick will make us $100. But we found these, and we've sold some other costumes before.
Yes,
we have a Mr. Incredible costume that I bought at a flea market. No, I bought it at a garage sale for $10. That should go for about $100. I think I'm going to sell it this year. I've actually worn it twice. My Tigger costume is going nowhere, but that's the kind of thing that people will donate. But this is some of the stuff that we just found for $2 at that same Wastewise place. There was this cute little kid's Shrek costume.
It's for a toddler.
That's not a toddler. How big of a toddler? How big of a toddler is this?
The tag says toddler.
If your toddler is this big I think you've got something else happening here. This is not a toddler
Look
costume.
at the tag.
How big of a toddler is this?
Look at the tag.
I don't have to look at the tag.
The
tag says Shrek the Third.
Toddler.
Oh, it does. It says infant. This is the
Bambini.
infant. I don't know where the infants are for this, but this is... Jason wasn't even this big as a toddler.
Which creepy head?
What's that creepy head behind you? There's lots of creepy heads behind it. Which creepy head?
One?
That one?
That one?
That one?
That one? That one?
We also found this, which was, again, I thought was really cute in that same section. And this was somebody's homemade clown costume. And
oh, the hat's inside.
Yeah, so this is this really cute little clown costume for kids that is homemade, and there's actually a hat that matches it that's in one of the legs right now. But again, $2. So this cute little thing. And then, especially when you, like the Shrek thing, when you can spot something, you go, I know who that is. The minute I saw this on the side, I knew what this was. And tell me if you saw something like this sitting like that, would anybody know what that is? It is cute fabric, isn't it? And Rick's going to try and put on the little hat now. If you saw that sticking out the side, do you know what that would end up being?
That's so attractive.
It is so attractive.
Are you sure it's not a beak?
It's not a beak.
Oh, look, it's a mask.
Oh, yeah. Diana got it like that. This is Zurg. Zurg is from Toy Story. It's the villain from Toy Story 1. And I picked this up for $2. And here I got Rick to do, this is going up on eBay actually, and I'll just show you. This is, Rick got a good picture of it today. He actually did a couple of pictures for us. This is a picture of the Zurg costume flat. He also did it on a figure here. But here's what I wanted you to see, because I picked this up and thought, oh, look, it's Zurg. Then I looked it up. Look how much Zurg is selling for. Sold items, $99, $120.
Best offer accepted.
$65, $110. So this is exactly what we have. This exact thing, no stains, no tears, no flaws. $110 for that. Holy crapples is right.
There's a tiny stain inside. I'll have to.
But yeah, so it was a $2 thing. So again, look for those little $2 things when you're looking for stuff like that. Look in that clothing section, and it doesn't have to be an adult. But that, we thought, I couldn't believe it when I looked it up. I didn't look it up in the store either. I just thought, oh, it's Zurg, and I just grabbed it thinking it's Zurg, and didn't look it up until we got it home.
I heard giggling in the basement.
Yeah, he heard giggling, and that was me giggling. I think it's Zurg. Keep an eye out, especially for the vintage side of things. Keep an eye out for the old school plastic masks that you can find. And we see these actually, most of these we've gotten either at garage sales, not this summer, but or they've actually been in baggies at Value Villages and Salvation Armies.
That's Gem or Supergirl?
No, that's neither one of them. That's just I think it's just like a fairy princess.
Uh-oh.
Rubber masks are always something to keep an eye out on too. This actually, when you're looking for a rubber mask, I want, no, we didn't. There was a pink wig. We did not buy it. Did you guys? No. Why would we buy something like a pink wig?
I don't know.
Probably didn't fit it. No, we didn't see that. When you're looking at these kind of things, take a look. Here's the goal for you. Flip the mask over. Look at the bottom and the back of the masks. See if there's any maker marks on it. In this specific case, this mask is a Dawn Post mask. So Dawn Post is an amazing makeup artist and mask maker. And if you go to, see if I got that up there. No, I lost that page. Oh, here. Well, just to begin with, there's over 4 million Halloween items on eBay right now. And if we go into here and we type in Dawn Post, There's these masks, 453 items that are in there right now. And some of them, I'm going to go to the highest price right now. Look how much some of them can go for. This is like the amazing amount of money that some can go for, $1,500. Let's look at sold items as well, because again, that's always the most important thing.
Baby mask, isn't
it is some kind of baby. There's a Michael Myers masks. I think Jason's Beauty and the Beast mask might be a Don Post mask as well. He's nodding. If he just put a video up on that as well on his channel, so you can see that. But yeah, it's an extremely well done mask. One of the other things to keep your eyes open for is this thing. Now there's tons of these out here, but Ghostface. When you go, see if you can. Again, this is in that Halloween section. The Ghostface masks by Fun Time from 1997. You will find hundreds of different kinds of these bleeding mask kind of things out here. But you have to make sure that it is a Fun World mask. Always check the solds on it. In this case, this was $9.99 at Salvation Army.
No.
It's $2.99 at Salvation Army. This one was originally $20. So both of these it comes with a blood thing that you can squeeze so that it bleeds. So that's another mask to look out for. But again, I want you to look them up, because if there's not if there's not markings on them, don't buy them. If the mask looks like that Don Post one, but has like lots of stringy hair on it, made in China, things like that, they're not worth anything. They're still $4.99 to $5.99 at Value Village, but you can find, or a Savers or a Salvation Army, you can find some really good masks like that. The other thing that's interesting is when you get to about like a Halloween section, you find all this stuff that probably isn't really Halloween. Like it is in a way. That was his knee. This is from Disney. This is a Disney Parks.
Glow in the dark.
I think it was a popcorn holder. Yeah. That we got. An Oogie Boogie Nightmare Before Christmas popcorn holder that we got. That's worth, we paid $2.99 for that. That is worth probably about $40 to $50.
I did take pictures of it with the lights out so you could see it glowing in the dark.
These were also in the most recent place that we found. Disney Poison Apple. You can grab the other one. Scented Candle. $6.99. And Disney's Poison Apple Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs.
It was $9.99.
Sculpted ceramic teapot. Both are brand new. Both of them are unused. We have listed this for $38. The teapot has sold for anywhere between $40 and $50 to $80. So we're actually listing it right now. Somebody has one on auction right now for $38 with a buy it now of $68. So we're listing ours at $58. You can also find
on a carousel for those too.
Yeah, you can also find things that I want you to watch out for, and just make sure you do that extra lookup on. So this great little mug, saw that coffee mug with the snakes and skulls on it, $3.99. It's Department 56. This specific Department 56 mug is about a $25 mug and sells like this. We're not talking about these are things that sell. This is a company, again, this was in the Halloween section, $5.99, and it's a San Francisco-based company called Gatesware. And this particular thing, we're putting this on auction starting at $38.88. So take a look at some of those things that are around. Every once in a while, you'll see something that you're just not sure of, like this. I found this, and two things that were on here. One is the Angry Orange that was in there, and we looked that up, and it can actually sell for really good money. The problem is this Angry Orange had a sound piece in it that was not working.
And there's no place to
and there's no zipper or anything you can get inside it. So we went... But this other little guy we thought was interesting. I saw it and I went, I'm going to take a look at this. And I brought it over to Rick and he was like, what are you looking at? And I said, this guy. And he was like, what is it? Well, I don't have the other pictures of it right now for you to see, but it's Yankee Candle. So again, I took a look with that and said, I wonder what these go for. And take a look at what some of these Yankee Candles, Boney Bunch, that's what this is called. That Boney Bunch guy went for $357. Thank you, Stephanie Emma. annoying orange. I was angry with it because I couldn't fix it. Now that particular one that I'm talking about is not a $357 one, but these guys, this Bony Bunch from Yankee Candle, and I'm not used to Yankee Candle up here in Canada, so you might see a lot more of him, but take a look at these Mr. Bones, Bony Bunch. So if you can find Bony Bunch Yankee Candle stuff, and that was empty. That was an empty Yankee Candle tea holder.
Why didn't you buy it so you could rip it open and stitch it up again?
He
has clumsy stitches. So.
I have snipped stitches to get through stuffing to find a voice, but it wasn't worth that much money to try and do. I can't get him to take pictures of 10 dresses. How the hell are you? So keep a lookout for anything like that. If you see something that's Yankee Candle in that Halloween section, I walked by it twice, and the only reason, and it was $6.99. It lists for about $35 for that particular one
because there was a tiny little chip.
There is a chip on it. So because there is a chip on it, there is. I didn't know there was any Yankee Candles in Canada. What's the white thing behind it with the gold chain? What's the white thing behind what? Oh, the white thing behind that. It was a non-singing version of a little mummy. So you pressed on the mummy and it sang. There he is. There. He's a little singing mummy. But he didn't work either. So
hip hop mummy.
Hip hop mummy, yeah. So again, keep an eye out for that kind of stuff. Keep an eye out for, you never know what you can flip and sell that you'll find. We found these, and actually this is the last of what we got. These were at our local Salvation Army. These are WWF Halloween gift bags. And we bought them for 50 cents a piece. And we have 1, 2, 3 left. And we've been selling these for $15 each. So it was like a no-brainer. Because, we always say if it's less than a latte, it's got to be Bade. But especially if you can make $10 on something, and it's an easy potential flip, doesn't take up a lot of space. So keep a lookout for things like that. We found this, same thing. This was actually $2 at a garage sale I was at 2 weeks ago. Brand new, and 2 of them. We got 2 of them in the box for that. So what we want you to do is keep an eye out for anything along those lines. Just because look in those Halloween sections, because half the time the people that are putting stuff in the Halloween sections don't even know why they're putting it in the Halloween section. It's there because it looks scary. Like Tales from the Crypt, the guy back here, he'll show up in a Halloween section, but he's a year-round character. Somebody like Zurg showed up in Halloween costumes, but Oogie Boogie could show up anytime because it's Disney, but they put it in Halloween. So we want you to keep a lookout on that. And then some of the things, especially in that singing kind of area, like that hip-hop mummy, if you look at stuff by Jemmy, you can find that some of that goes for really, really good money when you're doing stuff like that. So keep a lookout for that as well. When you're walking down that aisle and you see the stuff in there, it's a little bit harder to...
Is it WWE?
WWE.
There's a question.
Oh, okay. Even the little baskets there, keep a look at these. Like you see the little stack that Rick has there that's got the kitty cat on top. These things usually you can find for somewhere in the neighborhood of usually a buck or two. Sometimes it's a little more expensive to ship, so you got to watch. Most of them you can flip for $10 or $15, except the only price is shipping is going to cost you like $8 to $10 on it because of the size of the box. So yes, gemmies are gems. Speaking of gems, we have a gem coming up who's going to talk to us. And he's going to give him some time to do whatever the hell he's going to do to scare the crap out of Craigie. So that's our Halloween hints. I want to know if you found anything Halloween. Please post it below. Let us know about it. Post it into our Canadian Resellers and Fantastic Thrifters group on Facebook. If you are not in that group, please feel free to join it. It's not just for Canadians. It's also for anybody who's a crazy reseller like us. So consider yourself a crazy reseller and Fantastic Thrifters group in there. Or post it in the Thrift Hall of Fail as well, which is another area where we have interesting things. But we'd love to know what you might find or what you look for in that Halloween section that you never thought you'd even find in the Halloween section, or something that you did find and flip for that. But in the longer term, just one thing before we go, I'm going to make sure that we all get to see that shot again of the lovely and talented Mr. Rick doing his darndest as our little dancing thingy, whatever the heck this is, our dancing ook pick, now that we know what it is. Okay, I don't need to see your butt. It does not look like an ook pick. I have a true cow, a new cow, a moo cow, a Caroline. You're supposed to say it louder. So, enough of this silliness. Let's add in somebody who's not silly in the slightest. Mr. Jason!
Hey, what's happening? Hold on a minute. Got to do something here. Hold a minute.
Thank you. Yes, Heather.
I was told there would be costumes, so, I came ready.
I know. Well, we did sort of do costume. Oh, geez. Oh, my God. What the heck is that one?
Hello. Wait. Oh, wait.
Is that paper or foam?
There we go.
Foam. Did you have the mask made?
Nope. Bought it at a store. They had like 3 or 4 more, and I should have bought them all because I've used this forever.
That is really cute. I don't see, that's a cute clown. There's a difference between cute clowns and we do have
almost Chris March.
We actually do have. Oh yeah, that's the kind I don't like so much. That's the kind that.
Do you like my hair? Do you like my hair? All right. Before we get to records, can I add to your Halloween stuff for tonight?
Of course you can. Hopefully,
I bought a box of
everyone's hearing him. Okay, Rick plugged in this other sort of speaker that we don't normally use, and it's not necessarily the greatest thing in the world. So hopefully he's coming across good for everybody to hear.
I can go into the other room and check volume on my phone.
Go away then. I had enough of you.
Bye. I bought a box of plush from Goodwill, and amongst all the plushes in there, here is the candy corn Build-A-Bear. So I'm going to sell that, and I think you guys will dig these.
Now, here's a quick hint, though. If you can find the candy corn cat from Build-A-Bear,
okay,
it is about an $800 to $1,000 cat.
Yeah, the bear isn't, but
the bear isn't, but the candy corn cat from Build-A-Bear is like $800.
So I thrifted 4 of these from Savers. You stick them in your ground for Halloween. Got your borders.
And, great.
And if you tune into Thrifty Business Thursday night, I'll give you a little thrift tip on how I grabbed this Don Post mask when nobody else did.
Another Don Post mask.
Yep. Right from Savers. So
that's great. Yeah. See,
was it in their display and you were the only one tall enough to reach it?
You're kind of on the right track, but a little more underhanded than that.
Okay.
No, the Build-A-Bear,
and I have pictures. So tune in on Thursday night.
The Build-A-Bear cat is actually it looks almost the same as that teddy bear. It is a white cat with candy corn, white orange cat. And the only reason I found out about that was I'm in a Build-A-Bear group.
In that same box was this mint chocolate chip Build-A-Bear, and she's worth a lot of money.
She's
not $1,000, a lot of money. No, but she's worth good money.
So, this Thursday, are you done with all your plushies?
Yeah, that's it.
Okay. So this Thursday, or not this Thursday, Thursday you've got Thrifty Business.
Yep.
But coming up, October
7th.
7th is your free your free flipping records seminar. So you've done you're flipping vinyl. So I'm so well prepared for this, obviously. So we've done your flipping CDs originally, that's about a year and a half ago, I think.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, you got Rick hooked on flipping CDs. And then you've done the one for flipping cassettes.
Yep. And then flipping CDs number 2.
And flipping CDs number 2. And then if you're a member of the Secret Beach, I think that's where your flipping Prince is.
Yep.
Now you're going to talk about, and the funny thing was, when you announced this, I read the same thing. So about 2 or 3 weeks ago, there was an announcement that actually came out that said that album sales for 2020 have surpassed CD sales. So vinyl sales have actually surpassed CD sales for the first time in God knows how many years.
1986.
Wow.
It's like, and I know that there's people out, like there are new groups that are still coming out and doing vinyl here and there kind of thing, and bringing out vinyl stuff. And you talked, I think even last week, was last week a National Record Day or one of your big record day things? Or is that Saturday? Yeah. So I don't know if we really celebrate those up in Canada. We never look for them. I only see them when you've actually said, I'm out here and it's record day. And I'm like, oh shit, I guess I should have gone to a record store today. But when we're talking about this record thing, so it's a free seminar. So it's absolutely free. You don't have to pay a single thing to get some of these basics. And actually, Jason's going to help. He does not have a clue. He asked me to find some records, and we buy records a lot.
Everywhere we
go for various reasons, some of which we're not even sure of. But we don't, like many things we buy, we don't list them. Because we don't.
Streisand albums, I've listed 25 of them. And...
Oh, hey, speaking of that records and that awesome bottle with a skeleton on it, which I really need, I will trade you that skeleton bottle for this record. No, that's not a good trade.
Show us the back.
Oh, you want to see more of him? Okay.
No.
I thought the back would have been his butt.
No.
It's no fun.
I still want the bottle, though. Even though you don't want the record, I still want the bottle.
Okay. So we've just said a couple of people say every time Carl goes there, there's a ton of guys checking. Yeah, same thing. Every time we go into the thrift store, I don't think I've walked into the thrift store probably once in the past year, or 4 months since it's been open, that there was not somebody bent over the thrift store record section. I always have to wait. It's like I can get to it, but I don't think I've walked in once where there's not already been somebody in that record section holding on to records.
And there's one little old lady that kind of nudges closer.
Oh yeah, there's a little lady that Rick can't stand in this one store. It's almost like she finds out when we're going, and then she stands beside Rick and starts giving him like little hip checks to move over.
Speaking of cassettes, I just sold Grease on cassette for $25.
I just passed that up today.
$25, sir.
I thought, why would anybody want? I swear to God, I passed that up today. I said, why would anybody want a Grease cassette?
Now, are cassettes gated on Amazon?
I think some. You know, the popular ones, yeah. Not so on the unpopular ones.
Well, Angelique, you got to take a look at some of them when you're going to see that. And let's talk about these records and just records in general. When I announced and ran my ads on Facebook for my flipping CDs 1 and 2, no one seemed to care. I mean, the people who took it cared, but no one outside of the people who took it cared. Same with cassettes. I have angered the record store gods by teaching about this. I get yelled at all day long when my ads run. Scam. Don't pay this snake oil salesman a penny. It's free, dipshit. It's free. You don't have to pay me a penny anyway. And they're just so angry. And John Lawson, who helps me do my back end stuff, said, dude, you've really pissed off people with teaching about records. I go, I know. It's crazy how much this is anger record store owners. So I'm like, duh, record store owners, I'm not creating your competition. I mean, I am kind of, but I'm creating customers for you because I buy most of my records to flip, not at thrift stores, not at garage sales, but at record stores. Because I know when we watched you on some of your Thursday shows and you've gone on your trips to like LA where you go and do like a record CD and the amount of things that you're buying and you'll show on Thrifty Business, like I bought this CD for $30. But I flipped it for $150, and I'm like, well, you know that was not. You didn't buy the $30 CD at somebody's garage sale.
Yeah, here, like, this Judas Priest 5-disc set I bought for $12 is worth $60. I got it right from a record store.
But I am still surprised at the amount of things that last summer when we were garage sailing, we found a lot of really, like, we grabbed records at a lot of garage sales last year where they weren't expensive. And even in the thrift stores, we still, like, we just sold, we found a Rolling Stone lenticular cover record.
Or Magic, the blue one where they're in the, Jesus, getting old suck.
Yeah.
Good Lord.
It's a picture. It's a lenticular cover, and I put it in our Max Sold, and we got like $35-$40 for it in our Max Sold, and it was actually ripped. Like the actual seat, like the record cover was torn, and the record was in it. So, Jason is. I thought when you said where is Vegas at there, he's right in front of me. Oh, you mean where is he located? He's in Las Vegas.
Majesticy's request. Their satanic Majesticy's request. That's why I couldn't.
Yeah.
All right. So let's see what you got.
Okay, so a couple of these we know that sometimes we pick things up because we just don't know a thing about them, and we're like, okay, this just seems interesting or something along those lines. I'll show you some of those first. This was actually something really interesting because the other day, I don't know who this is, but this woman.
Oh, Ema. Oh man, I've met Ema before she passed.
Oh, have you?
Yeah.
Well, this was the interesting thing. We just found this today, but yesterday or on the weekend, I was going through some paper, and this is actually we've got this listed right now. This is the Cotillion Room, the Hotel Pierre in New York, 1951. It's the table menu for Eva Sumax.
Swoon, that is awesome.
Like, so this is actually on eBay right now for I think $40 or $50 just for this.
So Ema is kind of in the what we call the exotica realm, and that's the music of a tiki bar. And I don't know what you call singing that isn't words, but you know she does sing some words, but she's a lot of like sounds. And she's not for everybody. She's definitely a little bit of an acquired taste, but that's a cool record. So you're 1 for 1. Yay.
Had to do Babs. The interesting thing on this one was it's from Canada, like to Season's Greetings to Canada from Barbara Streisand. Not just a general thing. It's produced by Canada Dry Records.
Wow, that's pretty cool. I will say, even though I'm not a big Babs fan, I will say I've never seen that. I've never seen that record.
That's good to know.
So I like that.
Then fun things like the 10th anniversary album of Sesame Street. I'm not expecting you to tell us what to do with these. Why we bought Cab Driver, Hank Thompson. I do not actually have.
Is that sealed still?
No.
Oh.
But it's always creating, always looking ahead. Hank is one of the really unique performers of country and Western music. How sweet is it to hear Glowworm and Cab Driver? I don't want to hear Glowworm.
Now, does that still have the cellophane, though?
Yeah.
Okay.
Does that mean something to people, like to collectors, if they still have the original cello on them? It's like, I mean, it's still all the original cello there, but we actually just sold on our Max Sold again a David Lee Roth California Girls. I think it was a three single album, but it still had the sticker for California Girls on the plastic cover, but it wasn't sealed, and we got like $25 for it.
What's that sticker called?
A sticker.
It's a very specific sticker. You'll have to tune in on October 7th, and I'll teach you all about that sticker.
Because right now I named it Sticker. So I probably would have got more money.
Can I give my the website address is because apparently when this changed, you can't type in website addresses in YouTube chat anymore.
I don't know.
Well, I've tried the last couple shows that I wasn't hosting, and it won't let me.
Well, what is the URL?
So it's www.flippingvinylrecords.com. But yeah, it said you can't post URLs. So I'm like, when did that happen? You got to put the www dot there. So whoever wrote that, if you don't put the www in, you won't get to the right spot. I saw it go by.
But it flashed and then was deleted, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's not even in there. So
that's crazy.
I'm seeing it on mine.
Yeah, I see yours. I think if you host the show, it'll go through. But no one else. Like if you're hosting a show and you said, "Hey, can someone put the link in the chat?" No one else can anymore. That's so dumb.
Okay, well, we'll have that. We'll keep that up there while we're chatting about some of this other stuff.
I think it's a security thing
Um,
to stop people from.
Yeah, you guys see Rick's. You didn't see mine because YouTube said nope.
Again, this is just we buy stuff because I think we have the little secondary Facebook group called the Thrift Hall of Fail.
Yep, I love it.
Where we post things that we just find that are like, oh wow, yeah, we're better than a debate, honey. We're big better than a debate. Nothing's gonna happen on that you can't have more fun watching us.
I can debate you.
Okay, I'll debate you. Why did you buy this? The Bird Fancier's Delight, or Choice Observations from the Directions Concerning Teaching of Singing Birds. Do albums like this that are just weird or wild have any like real reason to be purchased and flipped? Like, would people actually be interested in that kind of thing?
Some. I bought How to Train Your Parakeet to Talk on a 7-inch, and that one wasn't worth it. Now, I don't know. I've never seen that one. It's such a small, how many could those have been made? But that's the kind of thing where I would absolutely look it up, especially if it's in good shape, because it's weird. And you never know. There's always that component of, okay, is this weird that someone wants it? Like when David Letterman or even like Jimmy Fallon does, records that you shouldn't listen to. That's the kind of thing that then people go, oh, I need that. Like, here's a prime example. If you've never heard Mrs. Miller, you should, because this is the most god-awful thing ever. And she was a big recording star. Imagine how bad your choir teacher sounded in the 60s, and then it's 1,000 times worse.
Is it that she kind of like the
Wing?
No, kind of like Wing. If you ever go to YouTube and look up Wing Sings, that's terrible. But that movie that Meryl Streep just did with Hugh Grant, where she was the singer from the 20s.
Yeah, I can't remember.
I didn't see it, but yeah.
Oh.
But this is awful. Like, when we're done here and after the debate's over, go look up Mrs. Miller, Yellow Submarine, and These Boots Are Made for Walking, and you'll be like, what? How did she have a recording contract with Capitol Records? But she did, and that's the kind of weird and bad stuff that people will buy, because I have a collection of Mrs. Miller. I like dumb stuff, so you just gotta look it up. You don't know.
There's some things that you should probably buy when you see them. Things like this.
Elvis. Man, all these records have the cellophane on it still. I love that.
A bunch of them do. We try where we can to have things that are in better shape than others. And and this even has, although it's a little torn on the inside, it has
nice
Elvis sleeve with all his RCA records on it. Now, I know that there's various versions of Elvis that can be worth a little bit, and I think on the CD side too. Yep. Some Elvis, that's it. Florence Walker Jenkins, or something like that. Florence Foster Jenkins. That was it. Thank you, Becky. But I know there's some Elvis that goes amazingly, and some Elvis that's just like, But we also know that we also should try where we can to find stuff that looks like this, right?
Oh, hell yeah. And so Record Store Day, Saturday, one of the rare things that no one in Vegas got was a Notorious B.I.G. box set. It was 9 records, and I really, really wanted it, and no one got them here.
So again, this is the kind of thing that it has the parental advisory sticker still in there. It has the cello still on it. Even has the original $9 price tag on it. So those are all kind of things that will help me in trying to flip something like that.
Yeah, I like that 12-inch a lot. I like your 12-inch, Craig. Now, is that 12-inch or is that a full album?
Full album.
Nice. I don't know. I mean, I know of the South Central Cartel, but I think that might be a good one. So
yeah, no, this was actually something that part of it, and we still have a few of them. There was I think some DJ got rid of a whole bunch of stuff, and we picked all of these up for $1.99 at a Valley Village.
Snap. The last one just sold for $80.
Last one of what?
Well, South Central Cartel.
No.
Yeah.
LP?
LP.
Oh my God.
There you go. You got $80. See, and this is the good thing. take my free class, and even with a little bit of knowledge, you'll be like, okay, this looks different. This looks weird. South Central Cartel. All right, I'll pick it up for $1.99 at Savers. $80 later. Yay for you.
You have to put your finger over those.
I have to put my finger over those.
Yeah.
So there's why. So, well, this is just this really weird thing. This is the back of this album.
Sauna a go-go. Okay.
This is the front of this album.
I love it.
Because she's naked.
Yeah, I figured that's why you were fingering her.
I know. It's the Jacko Sala. Jacko, oh God. Jacko Sala.
Isn't she naked on the back too? You're not covering that one up.
No, that's her husband.
Oh, that's a guy. I thought it was
he's having a beer. It's from Scandia Music in Helsinki. And this actually we found an estate sale, and it was probably like 50 cents at an estate sale.
Yeah, there's only one on eBay right now for $58.
You just showed her boobies. You showed her. You told me I wasn't allowed to show boobies, and you just showed her boobies.
Yeah, well, somebody was saying something. The finger you picked.
Do you have sexercise?
Not often.
No, but I do have the Kinsey report.
Wow. Talk about timing. It's like we planned this out.
That was not planned whatsoever either. I just have the Kinsey report. Wow. So what you can learn from the Kinsey report.
That's cool. Even if it's not worth a ton, that's the kind of thing that people will frame and hang in their house. Because
it's got a lot of water damage, it looks like. So
this is one that we bought because we love this woman. It is Rhoda Morgenstern's mother. And if we were framing stuff, which we probably should, yes, it was the Kinsey Report LP, but because Rhoda Morgenstern's mother, Nancy Walker, actually had a career on Broadway. She was a singer. She actually was in On the Town, and she sang a song called I Can Cook Too. And this is her actual album. The Nancy Walker I Can Cook Too songs by Nancy Walker. So stuff like that for me is just more fun and vintage. But to go along with that, we needed to have our good housekeeping plan for reducing.
I like that.
With a helpful calorie guide on the reverse.
Yeah.
We gotta prep for Christmas, I guess, because Christmas albums would probably be really good.
I see the Partridge Family coming up.
Yep, that one. There's a Partridge Family Christmas card in there. Happy Holiday with Frank and Bing, and I've never seen this one anywhere. Actually.
Yeah, I would say I don't know if I've ever seen that cover, and that's kind of one of the things we're going to talk about during the webinar is when you think of a record like that, there is not just one version. There are many, many versions. And so just because you're like, oh, that's a common record, oh, but wait, that cover is not the common cover. So all suddenly now we got big money because the common cover, not big money. The rare cover, big money.
Yeah, and you've talked about that, I think, when you're talking on the CD side, too. It's like, where is it made? Where has it been recorded? Things along those lines. So if you have a little extra time, you can look those kind of things up. Some of them, again, we grab just because we think they're amazing. But like this one, terrible condition. Now, I don't know whether you'd actually recommend something like that. You can see it's falling out of the bottom, but this is what it was.
Oh, that's a great record. That's such a great record.
We just love the font of this. Yep. And when we were starting to try and put a tiki sort of area together, I thought this would look really good framed. That's the whole reason we bought that. This, I think, would look really good framed, too. Not for us, though. It's Johnny Malo Productions.
In Pittsburgh. What?
Yes. Blue Hawaii in Pittsburgh. So I have no idea, and I will quote from the back, overnight success takes years in coming. So does the producing of an album. It's taken 4 hard years of dreaming and planning, and at times utter frustration to produce this album to bring Hawaii to the eastern part of the mainland, also known as Canada and the 50 states.
Wow. Is that sealed?
Huh?
Is that sealed?
Yeah, that one's sealed.
And
yay for sealed.
And signed too.
That's awesome. But that's the bummer, though. It's signed on the sealed. So what morons don't open it to have it signed?
Yeah.
Because look, I've got this DVD to sell, but it's signed and it's sealed, so you can't ever
Actually, no,
open.
the signature is underneath, so it might actually be printed.
It might be a printed signature.
But this one was signed on the cellophane. I'm like, well, then you can't open it ever.
Oh,
That's
man.
true.
So the person getting it and the two rock stars should be like, hey, duh. Oh, Bobby Sherman.
That's my other. I love these things because they remind me of just my growing up. Now, here's the one thing, and now Jason knows about this because I talked to him about it about 3.5, 4 months ago during the pandemic part where everybody was shut down. I was like, okay, last year we went to a garage sale at a Japanese retirement center, and we bought an entire batch of. I bought an entire batch of records that were basically cost us about $0.25 a piece.
6 trips to the car.
Heavy trips. And now we've got all these things that we don't even know who the heck they are, but we just thought that they were so cool.
Oh, look at those outfits.
The precursor to BTS. Like,
yeah. That's BTS grandfathers.
And I think this one actually has
Mitsuruka and his Tokyo Romantica.
It even comes with like a poster. But then there's all these older people albums that we are having the damnedest time trying to figure out who the heck they are. So when you're searching for records, maybe if you're not spending a lot of money on them, that's great. But think about how much time you'll have to put into looking up records.
There's two ways around that. In the thrifting board with 58,000 people, we have a ton of people who can read Japanese and Korean and Chinese, and so they could help. And the Google Translate app on your phone can help read that.
Yeah, I know it has the OB in it too, the paper OB.
Oh, nice. I thought he was doing a magic trick. Ta-da! Watch me pull a rabbit out of this record.
Now, then there's other things that you find, and I don't even know. This is the kind of thing, this will end up going on eBay. It's got to. We found this, and this is actually an old record, and I don't know if you'll be able to see it, but it is the Lipton Soup Name the Baby contest. It is the actual 1-minute radio like commercials that they sent out to play for in 1958 from Young and Rubicam. So the advertising agency made this to play at the rate, like they'd send that out for the radio stations to play on their Name the Baby contest. That's going to go on eBay for sure. But there's a couple of others I was like, what would you do with, and this might be the Google Translate as well, because we're almost done. This one I found, which I thought was just, again, when I see something that's just
now that one's got a barcode. So if you've got the Amazon app, let's scan that bad boy and see what pops up.
I do, and then that's the interesting thing. Look at the butthole. It's got a little like thing on the butthole.
That's awesome.
And I don't know what it is. It says everybody on the floor. Oh, Pump It Up. Recorded at Sushimoto Studios in Kyoto.
Did it come up, Rick?
Yes,
Canada,
as 0.
but there's no value.
No value.
But that's good. If there's none,
I just realized the name of it. I never thought it is Tokyo Ghetto Pussy.
Nice.
The same thing.
I guess that's nice. Like, so this is the interesting thing. It's like some of these, again, we buy because we just think that they're like amazing covers. We like looking at them. They would look amazing framed. Other ones were like, you just sold Grease as a cassette. I saw this original 13 themes.
I don't know of any Bond stuff. Bond stuff looks very cool. All Bond records look very cool. And then you buy them and you research them. You're like, damn it, I got to quit buying these because they look cool because they ain't worth a lot.
That's a challenge, I think, between that and the number of things that are like the Merry Old England, like all marching bands and things like that. They're like, wow, you see those all the time. That's the one thing that seems to be most of the value, like thrift stores that we go to, is the batch of what's left. There are 7 copies of Herb Alpert's Whipped Cream and Honey with the girl in the whipped cream dress. Yep. Because my dad had that. Like, I remember that from them. We usually can find a couple of Rusty Warren Knockers Up albums. Rusty
on CD is worth some good money.
Oh, is it? A bunch of a lot of Broadway recordings and things like that. And it's like probably every one of your mom's versions of South Pacific we've seen that she has the records of, because I know Peggy has a lot of the from South Pacific.
She's got about 50, and I've got about almost 70 now.
Yeah, and it's everyone is a different cover.
Yeah.
So
people are blown away when they walk into that room. They're like, "Wait a minute, these are all South Pacific?" I go, "Yes." Can you imagine? There's been that many different versions by that many different artists of South Pacific, and I don't have them all. I still run into ones that I don't have. I got a pretty decent collection. I want to answer Carl's question, or not question, but he says it's shipping that scares me. Well, guess what, Carl? Sign up and tune in, and I'll show you how to ship a record. I've been shipping records for 20 years and 6 months, and I've lost to damage one in 20 years and 6 months, and it must have got caught in a machine because I packed it properly, and when they sent me pictures, you could take a piece of vinyl out of the record like a piece of pizza. That's how destroyed it was. And there was all these like marks on the box. So yeah, it got stuck in a machine somewhere. And they're like, "That's cool. We'll still send it. No biggie."
Well, one thing that you have, I think, a better option though, with I might be giving a little something away on that, but you have a better option in the US of being able to get a hold of record shipping boxes.
They don't make those in Canada?
No, they do, but they don't sell them cheap in Canada. The cheapest you can find for those record shipping boxes in Canada is between $1.50 and $1.80.
You gotta, and not to give away all my secrets from the 7th, but you've got to work to find the deals on all shipping materials, especially LP mailers. Some people say, "Where do you get them?" I don't have that one certain place, because when I need them, okay, who's got the best deal right now? And I buy in major bulk quantity, because the more you can buy, the cheaper they get. So if you buy 5, they're going to be expensive. If you buy 600,
we've seen them. Like believe me, we've been looking for like 2 years. And in Canada, it's one of those things that in the States, we found that you can get them in a lot of different places that average out to 30 or 40 bucks, or 30, 40 cents a box. But we actually do. This is how we send them. Heather asked about pizza boxes. I know it's not the best thing to potentially do for some people who are real record aficionados, but we buy clear pizza boxes at our local Costco's, and they actually come in 10, 12,
clear pizza boxes.
I mean, like unprinted white.
Oh, I'm like, what a clear pizza box? That's awesome.
Not Uline, not like used versions of them. Actually, that's the thing. Uline, they're $1.30 a piece plus tax, so it's close to $1.50 each. Even if you wanted to buy 1,000 of them, so it's not something that's actually really easy to find. What we used to do, actually, when we could cross the border, is we could order stuff like that cheap, and then pick it up, like have it mailed to our US address and bring across 50 or so, and only cost us a little bit of money. So so we use blank pizza boxes right now to ship ours. We've actually just shipped one to the UK. We shipped a Barbra Streisand album to the UK in it. We just make sure it's properly packaged and covered and everything like that. So the one other question I saw here that somebody asked, and I don't know if you'll talk more about this because we don't want to give tons of it away, but Brian was asking about Discogs. One of the things that I found is I learned about Discogs from you is trying to go, that's a place to check. The thing I found really challenging is in some cases on Discogs, you'll look up something and there'll literally be 90 different pictures of a cover, and they're all the same cover. And I'm like, it's so frustrating for me as a researcher to be trying to sit there going, how many covers do I have to click on? I have a Pink Floyd The Wall album right now that I'm trying to figure out some information on, and I did some research, and I probably already spent a half an hour researching this damn thing, and
that's already about 28 minutes too much,
right? But I found out that like 5 minutes into my search that some versions of it came with this written on the inside of the opening cover, and then other versions afterwards came with this on it. There's the UK version, the US version, so the second US, and I'm like, what the hell? I listed it actually on eBay for $28.88, and it only had one album out of the two. It didn't even have both albums. I listed it because I thought somebody might want this cover because of these words on it. I had an absolute jackass try and buy it from me for 10 cents, sort of thing. He fought with me for about a week.
Yeah.
Every day he'd send me messages going, how about $8? How about $10? This is for a buddy of mine. It's for his birthday. We always joke that he only needed one now. I said, no. And he kept, and then he finally went up and goes, because it was on auction. He goes, dude, it's off the end of auction. How about I buy it now? And I actually went, no. And I'm not even going to sell it to you. And not that something that you recommend.
Anything, I'll sell it to Peggy for $0.25.
Yeah. Not that something you recommend on the thrifting board, but we do actually don't mind it on our Facebook group Craft. We just blocked the shit out of that guy. If he came under another name and bought it, that's fine. But we blocked him because I don't want to hear from him again. And not everybody can figure out how to do something if they're blocked. So, but yeah, so that's the thing about Discogs was it was like researching on Amazon's kind of quick. In some cases, researching on eBay is okay, but researching on Discogs feels like I'm going down this gigantic black hole. So is that some of the stuff you're going to talk a little bit about?
We'll definitely be talking about Discogs. And you're right, because if you think about the Beatles, the White Album, you might think, okay, what's there, like, 5, 10, 15 versions? 564 versions on vinyl. So you can't, and that's what we're going to talk about in my class, you can't just say, I'm selling Beatles, the White Album on vinyl. You can't, because you have to know which of the 564 versions you have.
Yes.
Because, of course, if you don't, and the customer thinks they're getting one version and they get a different, then you have an unhappy customer. You don't want to do that. So,
what is it? It's flipping www.
Yeah, get rid of that one. You just put the wrong address in.
I couldn't find. Rick is not paying attention and doing his job.
Flipping vinyl, www.flippingvinylrecords.com. I think you just put up a porn site for people who wear vinyl.
There. It's flippingvinylrecords.com.
There it is. So October 7th, 7 p.m. East Coast. 7 p.m. East Coast, 4 p.m. West Coast.
That's where you'll hear that. Other places where you'll hear the Tokyo Ghetto Pussy.
Yes. It's free. You don't have to be there live, but if you are, questions get answered, obviously. It's fun to have a live group, and usually in my free ones, I will have a huge live group, so that's always good. But I've been selling records for 20 years and 6 months, and I'm currently working my way through 7,000 records in a collection I acquired, so I figured this was the best time to teach because every day I'm dealing in vinyl. I'm sorting, I'm selling, I'm shipping. So this is the best time. And the fact, you brought up the fact that records outsold CDs. A dude got mad at me. Another dude got mad at me on my post. I put up a picture of the article. I didn't write the article on billboard.com. He goes, that's not right. I'm like, don't go yell at Billboard. Go yell at New York Times. Go yell at USA Today. They all publish the story. Don't yell at me. I'm just reading the news.
Yeah. Well, and the thing is that we always say, and you say this too from your end of things, and Tony says on his complete reseller group, and I think a lot of the people who we know and respect in here who are flippers of all various kinds, like Becky and Mandy and Jane and everybody, Angela, all these people, Brian, when we're out there, we're in a small geographic area. We cannot see every single record or plush or Halloween mask or anything that's out there. So there's no harm or foul in teaching people what they can look for. Does it mean that sometimes, yes, we've done a couple of shows where we've said, here's what we call our WOOF, which is our Watch Oout Fors, the O out being Canadian, so OOUT. Watch, so it's a WOOF, not a BOLO. Our WOOF. And we've gone in and said, here's a couple of WOOFs. And literally the next day, I have seen listed on Kijiji that exact thing saying, looking for this. And it's like somebody watching our show, because there's no friggin' way, because the week I checked beforehand, there's no friggin' way anybody the week beforehand was asking about, in this particular case, a couple of weeks ago, I did a thing for the Pixel Chicks.
Yeah.
And the next day, a wanted ad for Pixel Chicks showed up in our local classified. And I'm like, well, that's somebody who watched our show. So, but the thing is, it's like, and if they're grabbing something off of the wall when I'm not there, I'm not going to have seen that I missed it.
Yeah. I mean,
the only time when you get that cart envy, that's the thing that pisses you off.
Cart envy is a real thing. When you're walking through the store, especially when you see someone you've taught and you're like, oh, you got a tiki mug and a couple board games I need in your cart. Where'd you learn that? Maybe for me. But it doesn't bother me because there's always new stuff. Like when I was on my TV show, Thrift Hunters, I was standing in Savers, the big one, the one where we taught the class, the biggest one in the world. And a lady walks up to me. I was talking with some friends. She walks up to me. She goes, I hate you. I hate your show. You've ruined it for all of us. And she stomped away. And I was like, huh? So I walked over to her. I go, look how much stuff is in just this one store. And as I'm saying that, all these employees are coming out the back with racks of new stuff. I go, I can't buy every good thing in this one store, and I certainly can't facilitate every customer that needs something. If your business is ruined by my stupid TV show, then you sucked at this to begin with.
Well, the funny thing was, because the card envy thing happened, we walked into the Value Village 2 weeks ago. We had to pick up dog medication, and 2 weeks ago we walked in, and I saw someone with not this, but one of these in their cart as we walked into the Value Village. And I went, as we're walking in, I saw that, and I was, damn it, we missed this. Rick went to the back. That's where he picked that up, the skull, the double light up skull thing, and he had it in his cart for the 20 minutes or so we were in there. And he said 3 people were following him around, waiting for him to take it back out of the cart. I get to the front desk. The girl who had this in her cart walked and put it back on the shelf. So I walked away from my cart and grabbed the one that she had, which is also behind us here. So
you got to use the force. You've got to just will. You got to. That is not the pumpkin you're looking for. You got to tell them to put it down.
Yeah, that happened with the pleating machine that I was staring at the woman through. I parted the. She was looking at this pleating machine that was took her about 10 minutes, but I parted the material one row behind her, and I was like, "You don't want that. You really don't want." And I was saying it out loud, but she couldn't hear me. And then I went, "Okay, 10 more minutes," because I looked it up. It was like a $200 thing was $7.99, and she's with her husband, and they're looking it up on eBay, everything. And I was, "You don't want that." And then I gave up. I went back that night, 5 hours later, and it was back on the shelf. And I bought it, and we flipped it for $200. So it's it's one of those things. It's just we can't cover every place off all at the same time. There's nothing that we can do. And yes, Jane, that was you I was talking about. That can get everything in every place. So finding out a place where you're going to see a record that's sealed, learning about something like that is just another way for you as a reseller to try and find a way to make a little bit extra money.
Expand your comfort zone.
Expand your comfort zone. And again, if it doesn't cost a lot, if it's less than a latte, take a shot and buy it. That didn't rhyme that time, but if you were flipping through and you found that album that we just saw that Jason said he looked up and sold for $80, would you risk it? I think you would. Like we talked about a couple of weeks ago on our show, risky business. Sometimes you want to risk something. I bought that batch of Japanese albums for one reason. It was $20 for about 100 albums. I don't know what the hell I'm going to get on it, but I think I'll flip the $20 out of it once I get a little more digging into it.
Oh, our last mix, or one of our mix sold.
Actually, we have sold already the $20 worth.
More than the 20.
So again, it's like take that chance. Take the chance. If for those of you who are still here on the Halloween stuff, take a look at some of that stuff that's out there. You saw Jason just picked up a Dawn Post mask. We picked up a Dawn Post mask. He picked up the Beauty and the Beast Dawn Post mask just a few weeks back. And it's like, what, a $300 or $400 mask?
$800.
$800 mask. I wanted to say 800 and I thought it'd be wrong. So take a look at those things and think about ways, especially right now. Think about, I want you to go out the next day or two, scout out a couple of places from that have Halloween stuff in the thrifts and see if you can find one or two things that you might end up wanting to flip. And then tell us about it down here. And then sign up for flippingrecords.com for the 7th. We'll be
vinylrecords.com.
Flippingvinylrecords.com. We'll remind you about it next week.
One cat digs and another dog looks. I love this channel.
That's us. And
all right, let's end on this. We'll take a quick poll. What's a gayer record cover? Are you ready? That or that?
He's Canadian, I think.
The first one.
Come on now. You wear your ice skates on your record cover?
Zigbee. Although his blush work is fantastic.
I like what he does with a tie. Okay, well, let's see. I'll have to finish off with something. I don't know. What have I got here that I didn't show? I'll just finish off with the fabulous Pat Suzuki. Miss Ponytail.
I like it.
So thanks, Jason, for popping on and talking a little bit about this. Please go to flippingvinylrecords.com and register. It's free. And if you can, give us a thumbs up. Thanks so much. This is one of our largest audiences ever. We had 66 people at one point, almost 69. But 66 is close to the sign of the devil, which is Halloweenish, I guess. So we thank you all for doing it. Give us a thumbs up. Again, tomorrow we're going to do a video in the next day or so about the Canadian free shipping Tuesdays. And Tuesday night, if you're part of the Toronto eBay upfront, we'll see you there Thursday night. And it's actually running opposite Jason's show, so we won't be visiting Jason on Thursday night because that's when eBay upfront
have fun.
is happening. But we will have fun.
Congrats on the article. I meant to say that. I'm so sorry.
Thank you so much.
Great article on you guys.
eBay Canada is actually also going to be featuring us and a number of other people, include some people from this board. So from our Canadian resellers group as well. So they're highlighting 25 Canadian sellers for the eBay Canada thing. So we're being eBayed up the wazoo, and we're really happy about that because it's one of the best pieces of reselling and fun that we have together. Yeah. And now it's time for me to make Rick to put that costume on one more time and run around in the parking lot.
There's nobody around to see except for the dudes from across
the
warming center.
Yeah, there's people in the warming center or the cooling center. So we'll send you out there and maybe you can trick or treat with them. So I gotta say thanks, Jason, again for popping on. Thanks to everybody here for joining us on this Tuesday night Hall Pass. Thanks for your support over the past week as well, through the challenge we had with losing our puppy, but also through the thanks that we got for our wonderful support that we got for being one of eBay's 25 mini sellers for the year. Again, go to the eBay for Business podcast. You can hear us chat. Look at the story there on ebayinc.com. Sign up for our Tuesday night. Put down on the bell, and when you ding the bell, you'll get notified when we do put any of our actual non-live things up, or when we just decide to go live like I did Sunday night. Okay, that's it. Time to go. Time to say goodbye.
Okay.
What are you doing now? Oh, you're doing that now?
I'm going to play us out.
Okay, you're playing us out.
Bye.